guys, Yoongi here, and welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I'm usually talking about things I don't like. Well, today we're going to be talking about something other people don't like instead. In today's video, we're going to be going through some hated K-pop songs that I love, and I've tried to include a variety of songs from different times rather than just new releases to keep things a little interesting. Now, before we start, the usual disclaimers I always add are going to be important for today's video. Please note that these are just my opinions on these songs. When I say a song is hated, I'm not necessarily saying it's hated by everyone. If you like these songs, then great. It's just that these are songs I've seen a lot of hate on in various outlets directed towards them. So please don't yell at me in the comments saying, oh, this song isn't hated just because you haven't seen anyone hate on it personally. I can just see those kinds of comments coming now, and honestly, they help nobody, and I don't want my comment sections to be full of hate and negativity. Please remember that music is subjective and we don't always see everything. And as always, please note that I am not intending to send any hate to any artist or individual with this video or any of my others. Okay, now let's get started. First song people hate that I like is More and More by Twice. So this is coming from somebody who isn't exactly like a die-hard once or anything, but when this song came out, I was super intrigued. I thought the concept was nice and fun and fresh, something they hadn't really done before that showed us a nice new side of them. Even down to the little things like having a mostly instrumental chorus, which we hadn't really seen from them before. I liked that they were trying something different. So when I saw people saying they did not like the song, I was like, oh, I wasn't sure if it was exactly because of the reasons I liked it, aka the fact that it was different for them. But either way, regardless of the response it got, I am still really glad this song exists and that the company decided to take the risk with it. Some people may not agree, but I think the risk paid off. Next hated song that I actually love is Venpara by Weekly. I spoke about this song recently in my parts I don't like in K-pop songs I actually like video, where I mentioned that I really love this song, and again I was shocked that people didn't like it. I kind of understand people's disliking, especially when it comes to like the English lyrics in the song, because that was my issue with it too. And yes, the concept is different than their prior one, but similarly to what I said for Twice, I like that the group were able to show us a different side of them. Weekly here gave us a bit of a darker side to them, which in my opinion didn't exactly stray away too much from their previous concept, because you could still see the hints of them in there. Like, yes, it was no cute and bright concept like After School and Holiday Party were, but I still thought you could see a bit of the Weekly stamp on it, and in my opinion it really suited them, even if some people disagree. Another song some people hate that I love is Ginga Minga Yo by Billy. I love this song, and I absolutely will not apologize for it. It's just so fun. I think a lot of the disliking towards the song came from it being a bit strange at first to get your head around. And yes, a little cringy. And the fact that it went viral kind of after the facial expressions, etc. What I'm trying to say is, don't worry, I completely understand why somebody wants to dislike this song. But for me personally, this is just one of those songs that I am still yet to get sick of listening to. I actively still enjoy it every time it comes on shuffle. And although yes, it was a bit odd, it kind of reminds me of that quote-unquote weirder side of K-pop that I feel like we aren't getting as much as we used to nowadays, because more and more companies are picking up the same serious, similar pop format. I like the word and I missed it. I enjoyed this song. Next up, I'm going to kind of talk about two songs at the same time, because, well, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't pick one. Jopping and Tiger Inside by Super M. Again, I'd like to think I'm perceptive enough to understand why people would dislike these songs and where their disliking came from, especially with Tiger Inside. The lyrics are questionable at times, but I'm sorry, when it comes to Jopping, I cannot understand why people hated this song. The whole idea of Super M was apparently to debut the Avengers of K-pop, which to me screams power and the idea of being undefeatable. Well, that's what this song is for me. I think it was such a strong debut because it shows off all the members' various abilities and what we can expect from them, all wrapped up in this absolute bop. I won't lie, I low-key miss Super M because I did really love the concept of mixing talent across the company into one group, especially when it was kind of generational. Like, you had idols such as NCT's Mark performing with Shiny's Taemin, who he's always looked up to. I thought that was so cute. I still listen to Super M's music like it just came out because they're all bops. My favourite by them is actually One, but I don't see as much hate on that song, I don't think. Another song that is hated by some but loved by myself is Pirate by Everglow. I do think I understand why this song might not have been everybody's cup of tea, but for me personally, it's just so bloody catchy that I can't help but love it. Especially the main "'cause I'm a pirate" kind of hook. Before I even realised that I liked this song, I found myself singing along to it and getting it stuck in my head after listening to it. I get that yes, it is probably arguably a song on the more cringy side, but don't you think that it also shows off their talents pretty well? Especially in the pre-chorus girls all over the world part, and then the all the way chorus first part. I think these bits really sound amazing and they sound really great. The song is a certified bop for me. It came out just in time for like the New Year's party season as well, and I remember it going off when this came on the K-pop club nights. It's one of those where I think you've got to see it and hear it to believe me. Trust me, it was so good. Next song we're going to talk about is 11 by IVE. I don't really understand what there was to dislike about this song. I personally found it to be a really strong debut and it showed the girls' talents well. I think it gave us a really good introduction to who IVE are because we saw a continuation of what 11 showed us when Love Dive came around. So in my opinion, it was a success. Love Dive was just even stronger because they're showing us that they're already growing and improving. I don't have a bad word to say about 11 at all. I really liked it as a start to IVE, and if anybody who does dislike it could tell me why, I'd really appreciate knowing why, but for me personally, I could not pinpoint the reason. My absolute favourite part is the little bit before the bridge where the instrumental kind of changes, and it's sort of like a mini extension to the second chorus before we get the bridge, and then we hear that same bit of a different chorus again after the last chorus before the song ends. That was just chef's kiss to me. Another song I really love that I see some people hating on is Loco by ITZY. This song for me, oh my god, is my absolute favourite ITZY song. And I've heard some die-hard midsies say they don't like this song, and that's apparently a fairly common opinion. I'm not so sure if people just weren't keen on the concept or were maybe expecting more after Mafia in the Morning, but oh my gosh, for me I think it was perfection. I know we're in sneakers era now, but I don't think I'm personally going to be able to move on from this song, especially because I'm not really keen on sneakers. I loved everything about Loco, from the choreography to the styling. The chorus is just so catchy that I'd say from maybe the second listen, not first, I'll be fair. From second listen, I was like, oh yeah, this is absolutely the one for me. I really loved this style and sound on ITZY. It was different, but I thought it really suited them. I miss it, to be honest, because after the response it got from some of their audience, I'm not really sure if we're going to see another concept like this from them for quite a while, which is a shame in my opinion. The next song we're going to talk about is Make a Wish by NCT U. Okay, I know, I get it. Don't worry, I completely understand why a lot of people weren't keen on this song, but I must admit, I really enjoy listening to it. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little bit of a confession. I also still frequently listen to and enjoy the English version of this song. I know, don't hate me, but I think the metaphors and innuendos in the lyrics are super fun, and it makes me laugh, and it's a bit of a bop too. I think if I remember rightly, I wasn't so sure about the whistle in the instrumental at first, but I really quickly got used to it. My favourite part is the vocals in the pre-chorus build-ups before the I could do this all day chorus. They sound so good. I openly enjoy this song, even though I know a lot of people who don't so much. And now for the next song, Oh Oh by NMIX. I actually made a video about this song when it came out with the title, Is NMIX's Oh Oh as bad as we thought? Because yeah, it got a lot of hate. Like, I think comfortably got the most hate out of any and every song in this video, perhaps every song in this video combined. The video itself that I created and uploaded was more of an analysis of the MV and the concept and what I thought it meant because everyone was so confused, but I held off on sharing my own opinion of the song because, well, to be honest, I hadn't fully decided yet. It was more of a conversation starter sort of video to open the floor to hear people's thoughts, hence the question in the title. But as time went on, my opinion fully formed on this song, and I mentioned it in a more recent video too. I really love this song. I think people didn't like it because they didn't understand it perhaps, which is completely understandable, but the song itself is very good and very creative when you understand why it's structured the way that it is. The girls are super talented and I think they have huge potential. I cannot wait to see what they bring out when they eventually have a comeback because I for sure will be paying attention. Next song we're going to talk about today is Bicycle by Chungha. I think if I remember rightly, I was also in the same boat as a lot of people when this song came out, and I was not a fan of it either. It caught a lot of us by surprise, and I think that is mainly because we're just not used to seeing this sort of concept from Jungha, but just because it's different doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. And after some time, I realized it's pretty much bang on my style as a song, and it's a bop that I can really enjoy. At first, I kind of had to desensitize myself to that rap, I think, because it did kind of make me cringe, but I forgot all about that now, and I can just enjoy the song as a whole, and I think it ended up being one of my most streamed songs the other year. I'm not afraid to admit when I change my mind on something. It can happen, and it happens a lot with music, and to be honest, I find it really interesting when that happens anyway. I love when a song has that ability to grow on you. Another hated K-pop song I love is Cat and Dog by TXT. Oh, I feel bad for them with this one. I do think this song gets a lot more stick than it deserves. Yes, it's a bit weird and the lyrics are questionable, but I find it really fun and cute. I didn't hate the concept at all when it was released, and I thought it really suited TXT at that time where they were as a group. And I still stand by that. I think the whole viral Nega Byeonhae meme has helped people to see the song in a more positive light, but at the end of the day, I do think Cat and Dog is probably seen as more of a meme still, and more of the butt of the joke to some people. That's fine, I know nobody means any harm by it, but I do wish more people were out there saying, oh hey, I did actually like Cat and Dog as a song as well. It's lighthearted and they seem to really enjoy it and have fun with it. It's fun, not just funny. Next up, controversial topic approaching, but I want to talk about AOA if that's okay with you guys, particularly their song Bingle Bangle. So fun fact for those who don't know, I was a huge fan of AOA, a huge Elvis. I collected all of their albums, loved all their music, prior to all the drama of course. So drama aside, I would still like to include them and their music in videos such as this one, because I do still think it's valid and they held a unique conceptual place in the industry that has not been touched since they left it. Okay, bias aside, Bingle Bangle. This was the group's first comeback without Choa after she left the group, I believe, and a lot of people believed that Choa was kind of the glue holding the dream that was the Ace of Angels together. So I completely understand why people weren't going to like Bingle Bangle from the get-go. But then when Bingle Bangle actually came out with this concept that was completely unlike anything AOA had done before, I will admit even I was like, why are they doing this? But nevertheless, after a couple of listens, I was still loving the song anyway, and I do still like it now. It's kind of like nostalgic and reminiscent whenever I listen to it. It's kind of like, oh, you know. I think yes, although different, for them, it's still fun, and I enjoy like the choreography and everything like that. Pretty much everything that I wasn't sure if I was keen on in the first place. We're going to go back to another debut now for this next song, and that is Girls, Girls, Girls by GOT7.
Girls, girls, girls that love me. I
know this song is pretty much super old now, but I just had to include it because I remember a lot of people not liking it, not really liking the message it portrayed, and not wanting JYP to take this new boy group in that sort of direction. But for me personally, I could not imagine a song more perfectly fitting for them at that time and age range and concept for a debut. I think it was a fun song to start off with, and it kind of had this like cheeky vibe to it that made them seem so confident and like they were ready to come and take the world by storm. And I think that's the perfect message to put out there for a debut song. It was less about the yeah, I'm a ladies man lyrics and more like, look at us, you can't touch us, everyone wants to be us. I think that was absolutely the right choice to go with. This song and the appeal and intrigue it gave us is probably what I owe the fact I stan GOT7 for all these years too. And yeah, like I said, I would not have personally had it any other way. I think times were different back then than they are now in terms of concepts for debuts as well. And last but not least for today's video, we're going to be talking about two songs at once again because yes, I couldn't decide and you'll see why when I mention them. I'm So Hot and Thumbs Up by Momoland.
I'm so hot.
I feel like anybody who has ever enjoyed or followed Momoland will agree that we have been on quite a journey with them and their various concepts, to the point where frequently now, whenever they release a song, a large amount of people immediately declare they hate it for various reasons that always seem to crop up. However, for me personally, these two songs I remember seeing a lot of people say they hated when I just thought they were super fun. Momoland have always had this knack for releasing songs that put me in a get up and dance and forget about all your worries and enjoy yourself kind of mood. I don't personally look to Momoland for anything like a serious ballad or a deep and meaningful song. I see them as more of a fun and light-hearted group with their releases, and that is absolutely okay. Songs don't always have to have a super deep meaning behind the lyrics to be good and enjoyable. Both of these songs, much like the majority of Momoland's discography, are addictive to me, and I wouldn't want them to change that sort of aspect to them or their music. Okay guys, and that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments either your thoughts on these songs or any other songs you like that you know other people aren't so keen on. If you're new here and have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell. That will let you be the first to hear whenever I upload. And as always, my social medias will be on screen. That is my Twitter and my Instagram. I always follow back fellow K-pop fans, so let's be friends. And I will see you next time. Bye guys!